Well, that was unfortunate. Eddie, I'm not sure they're going to let me come back. The Celtics fall to the Orlando Magic 113-96 here on Black Friday. Welcome into Celtics Postgame Live presented by your New England Ford dealers. I'm Abby Chin. He is Eddie House. Eddie, what just happened?
Orlando Magic, they just play harder with more force. And just they wanted it. It looked like when we talk about is certain teams Super Bowl or there's certain teams finals, well, I won't say it's to that extreme, but it is a measuring stick, as I said in the pregame. These are the young players that are trying to earn their bones in the league, trying to earn new contracts, trying to show that they're worth the contract that they've gotten. And who do you measure up against? All NBA players, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, all in defensive players, in players like Derek White, and I know Drew didn't play tonight, but those guys, that gets you up. This is supposed to be the best team in the East. You are motivated for that, and it's an in-season tournament. You got $500,000 on the line, and at the end of the day, I just thought they actually just outworked us and outplayed, and that's unfortunate.
We said it pregame. This is an Orlando team that is on the ascent. They just beat the Denver Nuggets, beating the Celtics. They've now won 4 straight against Boston. But Eddie, this game was lost in the third quarter. The Celtics went into the break up 8, and then coming out of halftime, they lost the third quarter 29-18, and that included a 17-0 run by the Magic.
Yeah, well, that was unacceptable. The third quarter is usually, when you look at these championship teams that win, and are able to hoist that trophy at the end of the season, are the ones that have really good third quarters. They come out and they play well in the third quarters. They don't allow the third quarter to get away from them. That's when your starters are out there. Sometimes in the middle of the third quarter or maybe in the fourth quarter, you got your bench players out there. You might have it might be a rocky road, but for this, it's unacceptable. I thought that there's nothing to say. The Magic just outworked them, outplayed them, out-hustled them. And this is the one thing about it right here. This offensive rebound situation and second chance point, this is something that got to be cleaned up, because I don't care what anybody's saying. That cannot continue to trend in the way it's been trending the last 3 or 4 games. You getting beat and pounded on the offensive glass, that's not a recipe for winning. I don't care what team is playing, who you're playing, you cannot allow that to happen.
I agree with you, Eddie, as we bring in the guys on the call, and Drew and Scal from Orlando. No excuses here, Drew, but I will say this basically is a 7th straight home game for the Celtics after they came home for just 1, and then also had to play without Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis for much of the second half. What did you guys see there?
Well, it sounds like an excuse. If you ask me.
I'm stating facts. I'm stating facts.
And ever since Eddie crapped all over the Magic, they've been smoking us.
They got double extra motivation because Mo Wagner got cut.
I don't know. These Mo Wagner revenge games are turning out to be a real thing.
And I got on Suggs and he started killing.
Yeah, it's a triple revenge game. Wagner, Suggs, and the entire team.
They all hate us, man.
Yeah, they do. But, I think you guys make a good point about how they're clearly competitive. And what'd you just say to me, Scal, about the Wagner twins? That's why they won the World Cup, right? They get up for big events like this.
Yeah, they're just a really competitive group, and these guys want to be that. They want to be, perennial all-stars. They everything that we have is what they want. Like, we've been in the playoffs X amount of years in a row. They haven't been to the playoffs since we knocked them out of the playoffs in 2010. So it's been forever. Like, this group right here, if you're going to play against the Orlando Magic, and I asked it during the broadcast, like, are the dudes really watching the Magic and saying, like, yo, you got to watch out for these guys, man, these guys are up and coming? Or are they like, nah, you know what, let me go watch KD, and let me go watch Denver, or let me go watch the Lakers.
Boy Trae Young.
Or, whatever they want. Like, it just feels like they were not ready for what the Magic brought.
Well, I do have to say, if they weren't ready, then that's not a good look, because the Magic beat them in the last 3 games they played
NBA players don't think like that.
Okay.
They don't think like that.
They're good. I mean, just check the standings. They're good.
No, I think they're really good. And if you look like a little deeper, they've had a lot of road games, and they're just a good basketball team. And they got guys out, but they play hard, and they compete, and they just got off beating Denver. So it's one of those nights where, and I 1,000% agree with Eddie House. If you don't keep guys in front of you, this is playing hard, right? If you don't hit the glass, like, if you don't do those things, That's very hard to win basketball games. So you have to rebound and you have to keep guys in front of you. And so today we did not do that. Other days, listen, with Holiday out there makes a difference, all that stuff. But we did not contain the basketball. And man, how many times were we right there in good position and they just blew us up right in for a layup. So there's a physicality that we were just not ready for today.
Well, Scott, let me ask you, and what Eddie brought up at the end of when he was speaking, and those second chance points, the defensive boards for the Celtics, it feels like this is starting to become a trend. How concerning is that?
I can only be concerned with that when we're fully healthy, right? Because like a lot of it, sometimes giving up an offensive rebound has a lot to do with not containing guys off the dribble. Guy drives, you have to help. Now you have 2 on the ball, shot goes up, now you can't block out on the weak side, right? So like when we're fully healthy, I'd have to look at the numbers. I think our starting group, they do a really good job rebounding the ball. So, but the second chance points today were definitely an issue.
And to the dismay of everyone here in production back in our studios, Eddie, you've done this. How real is a revenge game for an NBA player? Because for Mo Wagner, it feels like this is something that legit gets under his skin, and he comes to play every time he sees green.
Yeah, you should ask Eddie. I never got traded.
I did. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I heard a beep in my ear.
Well, listen, this is the thing. It all depends on how it went down. You do have those kind of feelings, but for the most part, it depends on what stage of your career are you in. If you're a younger player, I mean, you going trying to run through a wall to beat these guys. You're going to do whatever you can. If you're an older player, you're just like, okay, it was part of the business. I'm just going to go out there and take care of my business the way I normally do. But the problem is this for me, and there is no excuses, but Scal, let's keep it all the way real with this. The way we had 2 double-digit leads, right? And you can win games in different ways. You could play fast, you could slow it down, but you have to know when to put your foot on the gas, when to take your foot off the gas and understand, let the game and settle into the game. And I thought tonight we just didn't have that feel. I just feel like, today, and for the most part, it's been like that. You know, we'll get double-digit leads, we'll blow them because we start jacking up threes, not getting back transitionally. To me, these are all little small things, you know, attention to detail and the small things, the death by 1,000 cuts. You got to stop the bleeding at some point. You got to make that shit, got to make it coagulate.
I agree with that, but I'd say this, Eddie, and you watch the games and you see, like, I'm still
death by 1,000 cuts and then coagulate.
Wait. The only thing I would say is we're playing this game and
you got the mute button?
Go, Scout. You got it.
Ready, Zoom?
Jason Tatum.
Get ready.
Jason Tatum is not touching the ball as much as he should. He's got to touch the ball more.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys very much. Safe travels back tonight.
See ya.